The things that you are seeing some other people doing out there, these are just people like you. What makes them sometimes stand out is the things that they've chosen to follow closely. It's the questions that they've chosen to say, I need these questions answered. If you need to understand yourself, I believe you just need to know who has got the correct blueprint of yourself. As long as you have conviction in whatever that you believe in. But most of us, we have a challenge of herding mentality. You just hear somebody saying something out there, you choose to follow that without even you confirming, without you even sitting down to do even your own research, to say, does this hold ground? Hello family, welcome back. It's another interesting day to touch base from where we left. So I'm happy and delighted to engage you, all of you. And I thought, what's the best way than just come to you and let most of you inside my brain or inside my world, so that you just get to have a glimpse of how I process, how I think, in as much as I will not be able to exhaust everything. But that, I believe, sets a clear foundation for the journey that lies ahead. So it's clear to most of you that I'm a believer, I'm a Christian. But I would also like to share one or two nuggets that I apply in my life, how I have conditioned myself and things that I've seen working for me. So firstly, I understand that all of us, we have the beliefs that we have. I believe in God, I believe in Jesus, and doing everything that I do, I know my weaknesses, I know my limitations, and I know where God has come through for me, how He has held my hand at my weakest state. That I personally know. In as much as some of the things you end up getting accolades out there from the people thinking that it was by my own doing, but I genuinely know that I had hit my limitation and my maker, Jesus, come through for me, and then it made sure that, everything aligns and everything works out well for me. So the first thing why I had to say, let's sit down and let's just touch base, and I just bring you inside my horizon, my think process. It's good, such that should you have different beliefs, should you have something that you believe will be of use to other people out there, feel free to drop your comment in the comment section so that we get to hear your thought process. At least I am being vulnerable and I am being bold enough to make it public out there, which is something that a lot of people don't do. So firstly, I believe that it's good to be a believer, but being a believer, it's good to know Jesus for yourself. Most of us, we grow up in families whereby perhaps your understanding about God, your understanding about Jesus, it was something that you were taught. And hear me well, that's a good foundation and it's a good starting place. But you need to know this God for yourself. And you need to know this Jesus for yourself. Why am I saying so? Something that you have a personal experience with, nobody can take it away from you. Something that God reveals to you, nothing, whether be it's a situation or a challenge, nothing can take that away from you. So that's why you see some people, they might have grown up in a very Christian environment, but you might be surprised when they are adults. You see most of them backsliding and no longer standing by the firm foundation or the ground that they have been inherited from, whether their parents, their pastors, their leaders. Why? It's because they were following them religiously. And hear me well, I believe in a person being godly as opposed to being religious. When you're being godly, you allow the Spirit to lead you. You allow the Spirit to condition your mind so that everything that you do, you are Spirit-led. I love everyone. I love people in general. That's something that nobody can take away from me. It's just who I am. Okay? That being the case, I've seen the God that we serve sometimes coming through for me through an unbeliever. I've seen the God that we serve sometimes using a person with different beliefs from mine. Okay? And sometimes I've also seen that us being believers, we have different denominations. I love a lot of denominations. And I see a lot of denominations sometimes splitting, having different, whereas when we're supposed to be in unity, when we're supposed to, all of us understand that we are the body of Christ, I've seen divisions. And sometimes I wonder why people do that, because I believe we are supposed to be firm. Sometimes we might just have different beliefs and thoughts, but that's where this point that I'm raising comes in play. It's good for you to be a person who is inquisitive. Even I myself coming to you and sharing something with you, it's good for you to do your homework. It's good for you to want to understand this God. Even if I share with you a word, it's good for you to be inquisitive so that you understand whether these things hold. Okay, because this God that we serve, mind you, let me be open with you. This God that we serve, He actually doesn't want you to follow Him blindly. Yes, the word says there is liberty in God. But you need to understand and say, if I'm not feeling liberty, what could be the issue? Does that mean the word does not stand, or there is something that you need to align? So I don't need to spend much of my time explaining this point, but it's one key thing that I believe. When you have set up your mind to say, I am a believer, or to say whatever that you believe in, you need to be convinced, to have your personal conviction that if I'm to ask you on any given day, why do you believe in God? Why do you believe in whatever that you believe in? You should be in a position to sit down and you explain. If you ask me, I will explain to you and I will take you throughout even the course of the whole day. Though I grew up in a Christian environment, I had a personal experience with this God. I know this God and I know why. I remain firm in this God. So this is just something that I am saying. I recommend you to do so. That being the case, I'm saying, believing that at least we are mature enough and wise enough to believe that there is a superior being that we all look up to. Otherwise, if you don't believe that there is the superior being, there is God or there is Jesus that we look up to, then each and everything is its source, isn't it? You need also to ask yourself, who is your source? Where did you come from? Okay, yes, God gave us the ability. We were created in His own image. That's why we've got the capacity to create other things. But you were created. So if you don't believe in anything, in any superior being above you, then where did you come from? Who is your source? And why am I raising this point? It brings us to the second point, the issue about the blueprint. If you need to understand yourself, I believe you just need to know who has got the correct blueprint of yourself. Sometimes you may spend the rest of your life trying to figure out things. And life is its way of sometimes humbling people. You can move back and forth, right, left and center, trying to figure out things, right? But as long as you do not have that divine inspiration, if you don't have access to the blueprint of your source or your maker, trust you me, it will be a difficult journey and you might spend the greater chunk of your life trying to figure out things, and you might see you don't get to a point of understanding what's the reason why you were here on earth. And then, that's why you hear some people saying those catchy phrases to say some people, they left nothing that makes them to be remembered even post their life. which all of us believe that we wouldn't want to be in that position. And for you to know your reason and your purpose why you were here, you need to know your source. When you know your source, you need to know the blueprint of God for your life. I myself, I spent the greater part of my life trying to figure out things, and had I chosen to move by what people say, even by what the close relatives or close friends thought about me, trust you me, I would have gone astray and I wouldn't be in this position that I am in today. I have got this amazing future that I'm believing God for, and I've got these amazing things that God reveals to me about what's coming ahead. But where I am at today, trust you me, I'm one of the most grateful men and the most content men. Why? Because I know where I'm coming from. I know how I started to pursue God and to say, Lord, reveal to me the true Kuda you had in mind when you made me to be in this earth, not only in this earth, in this generation, in the family that you made me to be in. And you made the circumstances that are happening around me specifically designed for me. What did you have in mind? And then from there, I started to take my spiritual life seriously. Certain things started to make sense for me. Okay. So that's why I'm just saying, it's not something that I'm just saying for the sake of saying, but it's something that I also personally experience. This is grace personified, and this is life in practice. So I would believe you need to know that, because I shared that interesting example in our previous recording where I shared, should you have even any electrical appliance that you buy, it has a manual, isn't it? And for you to know how that electrical appliance is used properly, you need to go through the manual. And who writes the manual is the manufacturer. So the same applies to us human beings. And look, we're in this season where there is World Cup. And a lot of us, we are keen followers of World Cup. A lot of us know what's happening in these teams. And my only worry, nothing about a person finding interest in soccer, but my only worry is most of us, we spend a lot of our time understanding every other thing, figuring out every other thing, except for ourselves. What good is it? You know everything that is happening, you know every player in your favorite country, but when we are to sit down and they ask you simple questions about yourself, who are you? What are the things that makes you tick? What do you think God had in mind when He made you to be in this generation, when He made you to be born in your family, when He made you to experience things that we're experiencing nowadays? A lot of, or even what are the things that you believe are your best interest and at the same time helping you to contribute positively in the body of Christ? Very few of us can be able to answer those questions, and those questions can only be answered by people who know themselves, can only be answered by people who have taken some time to say, I need to study myself, to study my environment, how things are happening, how things are just arranged, and how the universe is conspiring to work for my own good. Okay? So that's the other point that I also wanted to express. And that being the case, I believe life is so simple. Hey, isn't it? It's so simple to such an extent that should we also, all of us, have different views, different opinions, as long as you have a firm foundation, as long as you have conviction in whatever that you believe in, then we can sit down and we can have a discussion, isn't it? Freely. And then we can talk about whatever that you believe in and whatever that you sort of like. But most of us, we have a challenge of heading mentality. You just hear somebody saying something out there, you choose to follow that without even you confirming, without you even sitting down to do even your own research, to say, does this hold ground? Why am I bringing that aspect? I believe I am a Zimbabwean, but trust you me, I question things. I believe that's the only thing that differentiates me with a lot of people. You come to me with everything that you want me to listen to you. I will listen to you, but I will question. I don't just follow things blindly. So there are certain things, even about our culture, that you just don't need to follow blindly. Make it make sense for you. Whatever that doesn't make sense for you, why should you follow blindly? I have doors that I am opening. The things that I'm doing personally that have never been done, whether be it by my parents or by my relatives. Why? Because I just chose to question things. Did I choose to be adamant and say I would just do things? Why? Because when I came on this world and when I was growing up, things were done in this way. Then there is no room for you, whatever that you desire, that you know that this has never been done by anyone from your family, from your friends, from your colleagues, and you have that desire in your heart. You know, when you pray, there are things that you desire, right? But look now, the people that you're surrounding yourself with, the things that they do, and that you have also said, I am going to do these things, following those things blindly. Why do you then think that you achieve different results by doing the same things that those people have done or are doing today? So you need to question things. This is not necessarily that you are rebuking people or that you are a rebel. Exactly, that's the term that I was looking for. You are not a rebel. You're just somebody who wants to understand things. You're just somebody who has set his or her mind and say, I need to walk in this proper path. I need to attain A, B, C. The things that you are seeing some other people doing out there, these are just people like you. What makes them sometimes stand out is the things that they've chosen to follow closely. It's the questions that they've chosen to say, I need these questions answered. So that's the other aspect that I wanted you to understand. So know your source, your maker. Do not follow things blindly. Be somebody who is inquisitive. And maybe just closing on today's episode, I don't want this to be huge or to be long. I also believe in our day-to-day life, there are now a lot of distractions. You look at social media. You can be on TikTok. You can be on YouTube. You can be on Facebook. You can be on Instagram. All these are good platforms if you know how to correctly use them. Should you not have a plan for your day? Each and every day, social media will have a plan for you. Sometimes, before you know it, you can start to watch a video and you see 3 hours have already passed by. In those 3 hours, somebody somewhere out there is using those to study, is using those same hours to pursue a particular profession, or a person is just set a goal to say, by the end of this month, I just want to make sure that I've increased my knowledge in this aspect. I want to understand the aspect of faith. I want to understand the aspect of giving. I want to understand, I want to study my God and just know the attributes of this God, so that I don't get to hear all things all the time. I need to know Him for myself. This is the time that you can set aside for yourself. And you just need to make sure that whatever that you do, have your small even being at your notepad, draft your day from morning to evening. I want to attain 1, 2, 3. And time yourself to say, by 2 hours I should be done doing this. And then you will become your own accountable partner and account for yourself. After those 2 hours, look at it. Have I done what I was supposed to do? Of course, you need to be graceful to yourself. It's not like sometimes should those 2 hours pass without you completing what you need to be hard on yourself. No, don't be hard on yourself. But at least you see that sometimes maybe instead of finishing it at 2 hours, you might spend it at 2.5 hours or 3 hours. At least that's productivity. But I'm saying that's good enough compared to somebody who doesn't even have a plan for the day. I remember way back when things were tough for me. I had nothing else to do, save for me just knowing that when I wake up, I have to read. And I used every idle time that I have just to acquire knowledge. That's preparation. So that when you then move from that season, that stagnant season, at least you know you used it productively. So this is all I'm saying. When you start your day, when you start your week, when you start your month, at least just have a plan for your day. For you just to sit down. And I believe it doesn't take you even more than an hour. Should you be serious about your life? Then you say, okay, this is my goal for the week. This is my goal for the month. And then the moment you start to do that, you see some results, you see some progress, and even God being gracious, you see Him coming through for you and then helping you to understand a lot of things. So I saw in the comment section for the previous video that I uploaded when I asked what are some of the things that you would want us to look at, and my lady actually said I would like you to walk us through the aspect of faith, but we'll talk about it on the coming video. For today, I just wanted us to touch base so that you have sort of like an understanding of my thought process, how I engage all of you. You are family to me. I love people. That's just the state of my heart, no matter what you believe in. But at the same time, let's talk, let's discuss. I am also flexible to hear some of the things about you. But like I said, I'm just somebody who doesn't walk blindly. Whatever that we need to address and to talk about, it has to be something that makes sense. It has to be something that if we are to question, there has to be answers, not just to follow things blindly. Those are the things that are going to differentiate us. Those are the things that are going to separate us from even those who came before us. And those are the things that are going to help us to open new doors. Those are the things that are going to help us to set our standard high. Those are the things that are going to help us even to do things that have never been done, even in this nation. Okay? Why? Simply because we choose to be different. We choose to open new doors. We choose to pursue knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, which we believe comes from the Maker Himself above. We choose to be simple people. Okay? So I think by that, for today, let's call it a day. Should you have any questions about those few things that I've shared, feel free to drop your comment in the comment section. I would like to hear from you. But in our next video, we'll address and talk about the aspect of faith. Thank you for engaging and thank you for having me today. Have yourself a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, depending on where you're at and the time of the day that it is today. It's cheers for now.